on today's programme. A rare event for sky gazers and astronomy enthusiasts after a supermoon and a partial solar eclipse could be seen around the world. Now it's time to join our colleagues with the news where you are.
Hello there, good afternoon. 10 years ago today, Scotland was voting for its future and whether it should be an independent country. The result was a vote of about 55% for no and 45% for yes, but the constitutional question has dominated here ever since. Earlier, the First Minister John Swinney said the referendum had left an overwhelmingly positive legacy, while unionist parties say it's time now to move forward. Our chief political correspondent, Lindsay Bewes, has this report.
The referendum brought unprecedented levels of political debate to Scotland's streets as both sides fought to persuade people of their case. A decade on from losing the vote, the First Minister John Swinney marked its anniversary at an event in Edinburgh.
We're here to reflect on a moment of tremendous significance in Scotland's recent past, but more importantly, we're here to demonstrate our commitment to Scotland's future.
The past 10 years have seen the SNP push for a second referendum, as support for independence has remained largely static. Today, Mr Swinney told activists a sustained majority is needed to deliver their goal.
We have quite simply got to build support for independence so it becomes a compelling and demonstrable proposition within Scotland. That is what we have got to do. There is no shortcut. And hear me when I say that. I accept there's no shortcut to independence other than the hard yards of persuading people of the merits of independence.
While yes supporters hope to convince Scots independence is needed more than ever, those who oppose it want to move on.
I think the people of Scotland made the right decision, but actually what's important is what lies in the future. And I think people have illustrated very clearly at the general election that what they want is they want to come together, they want change in the country, they want less of the constitutional infighting, and they want more delivery of services.
We are 10 years on from a referendum that was very bitter, that divided families and communities, and that bitterness and division has continued for the last 10 years. It can't continue for the next 10 years because we won't get any further.
But many who back yes believe the next decade will bring independence. With the SNP losing support at the general election, that may only be possible by uniting the wider movement.
It may be 10 years since the referendum, but the constitutional argument has never really gone away. And this afternoon here at Parliament, MSPs will once again debate the issue of Scottish independence. Lindsay Bewes, reporting Scotland, Holyrood.
Now, as we reflect on an eventful decade in Scottish politics, we've also been hearing from voters about how they feel about independence 10 years on.
I still think I would vote yes. Every other country has had its chance, and Scotland should get its chance as well.
No, it was the right decision. Yeah. Well, you take it now in Dundee. If people come to vote again now, Dundee win the vote. Yes, they win.
And we'll bring you much more of those voices this evening. But for now, let's go to our political correspondent, Phil Sim, who joins us from Holyrood. And Phil, this anniversary prompting plenty of fresh debate.
Well, a fresh opportunity to have a pretty familiar debate, perhaps. We know the position of each party off by heart by now. Like the electorate, they're split down the middle, which is why the issues remained deadlocked. The SNP say they want to talk about the principle of independence, the how, not the why. No, the why, not the how. I've got that the wrong way around. But that's because they don't really know what the process would be. The Conservatives claim that 2014 settled things conclusively, but that ignores the fact that it's been a very live debate since then, and one which they have been enthusiastically participating in. Labour have just won an election which didn't focus on the constitutional question, but that doesn't mean they can avoid having an answer to it, given that they were almost wiped out by it. It's been a really chaotic decade, from Brexit to COVID. We've had 6 Prime Ministers, 3 First Ministers. Only an idiot would confidently predict what's going to happen in the next 10 years, but I probably will dare to forecast that the parties will be no closer to agreeing a way forward by the end of this afternoon.
OK, Phil Sim at Holyrood, thank you very much for that. And we'll have a special hour-long edition of Reporting Scotland tonight at 6:30 with extended interviews with many of the main political figures from that time.